Bodywork here, Old Time Garage, welcoming you back on a Sunday Funday. Or maybe it's going to be a Sunday boring day for a lot of you guys, because if you're all clued in last Sunday, and if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, then you'll go back and you'll see what happened last Sunday. Working on the 55 gasser, didn't finish all the floors off like I thought I would, so it looks like I'm back on that this week, which is kind of boring for some of you because there isn't really much to film or do, but anyway, it's all good. We got some other stuff though. Some parts came in. It appears, which I haven't opened yet. This is our whole trunk latch lid assembly, which we need for that car. This is all 55 Chevy stuff. 55 Chevy stuff. 55 Chevy stuff. 55 Chevy. The office is looking horrible. 55 Chevy stuff. Anyway, we need the latch system because we were missing half of it, so we got to get that in. You know, just doing a few things right now. My wife bought me a kilowatt pendant. She found it from the day. Kind of cool. Put it up on the wall. You know, it's always cool when you find that stuff. And let me get in here. We got to turn this radio down or else they get mad at me. So now I'm trying to talk above it. There we go. Pick this up. Original draft root beer dads. It's like a chalkboard. You can write stuff on it. You know, don't here, let me stand up so you guys can get a better look at it. There it is. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna put it. Not sure yet. Had my electrician in. We've added a plug up there from that plug to there because we use that plug sometimes. And I don't like to leave stuff plugged in there anyway, like all the time, because of the heater maybe coming on, in my opinion. Anyway, I plan on putting like a clock up there and maybe a neon sign or two one day when I can afford it. Anyway, so yeah, there's our gasser sitting on our nice cleanly painted floor. Remember we did that last week too. So we're going to we got to finish welding all the way up and across there. And then we've got this piece, which I never did get down to the blaster to get blasted, but I guess I can wire wheel it and just plug weld it back in. It's not a big deal. Got to get that in. I think then we got all the welding done underneath. I mean, we're solid. We got a 55 Chevy 2-door post here. That's new quarters, new floor, new rockers. She's solid from the firewall back. She is rust free. Mint original doors I found. Mint original trunk lid I found. Mint original hood I have. And I do have 2 front fenders here, and as far as I know, they've not been patched or worked ever either. So we're going to have a car with very little filler. But we got to get our, like I say, after we get the floor done, maybe we'll get this trunk latch in today, that assembly there. I've got the old one here. I'm not getting rid of it or anything. Like, it's right there. I kind of need this piece and that, but I'm just, I was missing pieces, right? And this thing was all, goes up in here, was all wore out. And you can buy it individually. You can just buy it as a kit. And I thought, you know what? Let's just buy it as a kit. Because sometimes I find, sometimes in all my years experience, and you guys tell me, if you've ran across this, for instance, here's an example. I have bought the door here. It's not going to open unless I go like this for you guys. I have bought before door strikers, not necessarily for this car, but for several customer cars. I've bought these before because they've been worn out. The latch part itself hasn't. I bought these, could never, I've had problems with doors after I've replaced these with aftermarket doors, still don't latch right, don't work right. So I'm like, oh my God. So then I go buy the new latch. Well, guess what? The latch and this new striker work fine together. But the good old latch with the new striker does not work. I don't know if you guys have ever ran into that situation, but that's where I'm going right now on the trunk, is what I'm saying is that I could have bought the one piece, but sometimes you buy the one piece and it just doesn't cooperate with the old piece, if that makes any sense. And honestly, for the difference of the price to buy the kit, I think the piece I needed was like 79 bucks, and I buy all 3 pieces for 129 bucks or something. I don't know. I just, whatever. Click, send it. Don't show the wife. Anyway, yeah. So that's what's happening here. So I'm just kind of walking around before I get everything. Still got to get everything set up, the welder set up and all that over there, but just kind of thinking where I'm going to put this sign. Could put it in anywhere. Could put it in here with everything else. I feel like because it's a chalkboard, it should be somewhere where if I wanted to write something on it, I could. The office just doesn't have the room anymore. There is room in here. I mean, I can make room in here. You know, I don't know. I'm always looking. You know, we got our other bay over here. We just got stuff everywhere. I know some of you have seen this tour, but someone new out there may not have seen this tour before. So slow the camera down and stop and zoom in on things. You'll see some pretty cool stuff. Now in here, I don't put a lot up. It's a metal room. You know, we keep some of this stuff, and we got our brake and all that over here, and our bead roller. We don't keep a lot in here. This is kind of, this room, you know, there's a few posters up when the Swindlers used to do the poker run. Best poker run ever, the Swindlers Car Club. Bulletproof when it was in Chehalis. Loved it. Anyway, like I say, we don't put much in here because this room just is always filthy. It's not a room you can keep clean. We do have this area here, which I've been putting stuff in. Let me get a light on for you. I work in here sometimes. You know, I've got my little player I can play my Bluetooth off of, and I've got heat in this room. So, you know, this room, you know, it's all insulated up there. Yeah, look around. Look at all the stuff. I have stuff tucked away in places that you wouldn't even imagine. And what you're seeing now isn't even half of it. It's not even a quarter of it. This leads into our body shop. You all know that. If you don't know that, well, go back and watch the new videos if you're new to me. Or old videos. Shoebox Ford and building. Oh, I picked this up. 54 Ford Dash. I have a plan for this. I won't tell you guys yet. And it's got 2 bullet holes in it. I picked that dashboard up. The guy wanted 30 bucks. Put it on Marketplace. Everything's there. Instrument cluster, ignition, all the switches, the radio, even the e-brake is on it. Clock, all of it. 30 bucks. Normally I haggle with people, but when the price is that low, I wasn't going to haggle. I just grabbed it, took it, and ran. All right. But yeah, I could put that root beer sign out here. Because I enjoy every, you know, I'm starting to put stuff all over the place because I enjoy every area of my shop. I'm never going to put stuff in the body shop because it gets covered in overspray. But I put stuff up out here. I don't mind. Because like I say, sometimes I'm working in here. It's a little cooler in this room in the winter than it is in the main bay. Just because honestly, it's got 1 heater. It should have 2. It should have another one put over here. There's been talk about it. I've been thinking about it. The talk has been amongst myself in my own mind, not with anyone else. I don't know if you guys remember this room, if it looks bright to you right now, but when I had my electrician come and do the plugs, he replaced this with LED lights. I'm slowly replacing, as my lights burn out here, my old fluorescents, I just replace them with LEDs. So, like, for instance, this one you can see the bulbs are going dull. I don't know if it shows on camera. But anyway, it's still working. I'll wait till it's down and out. And then once it's down and out, I call them up and I just say, hey, when you got some spare time, grab me a new fluorescent light like that, and let's put it there. And he comes in his spare time, and we're slowly switching them off. And I will admit, definitely the lighting is 100 times better. And the cost on the electrical bill has definitely, I do see a difference. You know, I'm not going to, some people, you know, I'm not going to, some people will say, oh, I changed all the LED and my bill went from $100 to like $25. Okay, well, I'm going to be realistic with you. Mind you, I haven't changed everything, but I'm going to say that my bill, since I have changed half of the lights in this whole shop area, every area, it has not gone, it's probably gone down. If it was $100, it's come down to like 75 or 80. It has come down, but I am still running some of the old ones. So honestly, I think the time I get some of the old ones out here, the few that are left, I would say if it was $100, it's probably going to be more like 60 or 65. That's, anyway. I don't know. Some people just say it online. I'm actually telling you what I see on my bills. I see my bills all the time, so I know what it went down. So, but yeah, that's it. So we're just playing. We're just going to play today. We're just going to take our time. There's nothing, you know, pressing today. because I honestly really just need to get this welding done, and then I need to get this car, I need to get it over to Sean, and we need to bodywork it. And we're only going to bodywork it once, and there's not much to do. He's already done the doors and the roof. And the quarters, really, they're brand new. There's the odd little ding that came on them, that came the way they came. I just wanted to fix those. Normally, honestly, if you're after show quality, you would sand that quarter. I mean, we're going to sand the black off. I don't trust that shit. But you'd sand that quarter, and you'd just skim coat the whole thing. I'm being serious. You'd skim coat it. Don't say I'm a Bondo man, because I'm not. But you'd skim coat it, and you would knock 75% of it back off. It would land on the ground. But you skim coat it all, sand it, knock it down, and you're going to fill anything, right? Then it's going to be like perfect. We're talking in perfect you want. Well, I don't want that. That quarter is pretty damn straight right now. I know there's a couple little dings, like I say, that came with it. I just want him to sand this black shit off of here and fix the little dings that I'll put some tape on. Call it a day, because this car is just going satin black with a whole bunch of logoing all over it. So when you logo a car up and it's got logoing all over and it's satin black, you ain't going to see anything going on with the body unless it's majorly drastic. And I mean, look at that thing down the side. I'm not seeing nothing. You know, you could damn near paint this car shiny black, and that was my original plan. You know, so we're not going that route now. There's no point putting shiny black on a car that's going to get covered up. Satin black is much better. Gives it more of that evil look. So I'm going to turn the camera off, figure out where I'm going to hang my root beer sign up, then turn it back on, show you where I hung my sign up, then weld, and bore you for the rest of the afternoon. Okay. Okay, well, we got our welder, everything's set up, ready to go. As far as it goes for the draft root beer, you're going to say, there's stuff in the way, you can't see it, but I'll move these later. But I put it back here. Put it there, kind of a cool spot. Like I said, I will move these later. Right now I just got some other stuff here. I'm going to do some reorganization. This cart's going to disappear from here. It's just some parts I got to go through. I've been hanging on to old steering and stuff and whatever. I got to go through that all one day, and that cart can move along. And then, yeah, to give me a little more room. Some old tires and white walls there. And shifter boots and shifters and gauges. Well, the taillights from, people. Come on, if you're a car customizer, you'll know what those taillights are off of. And you know what they're worth too with that quarter panel piece on them. You'll know. Let me know in the comments what they are. I'm going to put some little shelves in here. I think I can get away with 1, 2, probably 3. Space them out and put some tall stuff in. What do you think? Think I should do that? I don't know. I'm undecisive. I don't know whether I like that grill shell hanging there or not. But it might be cool, some shelves in, seeing how I'm starting to put knickknacks along here. If that makes any sense. The jobs coming in, the jobs that are here. See anything here you remember from your childhood? Or maybe you're not that old. Don't know. Honestly, most of this stuff I don't remember from, well, I remember it from my childhood, but it was already long out before I was born. Anyway, I gotta get on to getting on, you know. You ever have a lazy day? I'll be honest with you. I'm having a lazy Sunday. I'd sooner just sit here and bullshit with you guys all day, even though I know you can't. I can't hear you answering me back, but I'd sooner sit here and just talk for half hour in this thing and bullshit and talk about cars and shit and movies and all that kind of stuff rather than work on my car. But sometimes I get like that. I know I only get Sunday Fundays, I only come once a week, but sometimes I'm just like, you know, it's a rainy, cold, wet day today, and it's heated in here. We got shop heat, but I haven't got the heat on. There's no need to be on. Temperature says it's warm in here, so I'm just not in the mood to weld right now. But once I get going, then I'm in the mood. So, come on, Rick, let's go. Grinder's set up, everything's set up. Let's turn that welder on, turn that gas on, and let's continue on. Where I left off, like I told you last time, was I didn't grind the welds down. I don't do that because I know that's where I left off. So I got to weld along in here, finish doing all the plug welds, got to get this sucker welded up. We're doing okay. That's not long, half hour, lickety split. Perfect. Need a grinder. Alright guys, we got her all welded up. This all welded up on here. Put a couple stitch welds there, which normally it wouldn't have because it's plug welded from the back side, but like I said, I do a couple 1-inch stitch welds here and there, just that little extra. This floor ain't ever coming out in my lifetime, so, and you know what? If someone ever does want to take it out, it's simple. It's just a zip cut. Zip, zip, out you go. So, yeah, just gonna grind these down a little bit, clean it up, seam seal it. Well, I'll spray some rust paint in there first. I see a lot of people will just seam seal over the bare metal. No, I always spray a little rust paint, then I seam seal. So if the water gets under the seam sealer, it's not bare metal. And then we'll cut this out of here, get this crap out of the way, and I don't know. We'll just take it from there. It's a good day so far. Okay, we're all welded up in there. We're going to go over and find our rust paint here, what we're going to spray in there, let it dry up. Well, that's drying up. I think, I know I got to put this back piece in, but I think right now, I might play with the firewall a little bit. Just not all of it. I might just play with stripping a little bit of it. It's one of those days where this has to be stripped, that has to be, the back piece of the seat has to be welded in, trunk latch has to go in. But I'm in one of those moods where I'm just hopping all over the place today, if that makes any sense. So, sometimes you do that. But I'm not hopping around from car to car, at least. I'm on the same car. But right now, I just want to take a little break from welding. And I just want to sit here and do something that is just, you know, mindless. Just sit there and pull the trigger and that's it. That's what I want to do. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay, well, got this bit stripped down so far. Got it all the way down under the tunnel done. Still got to do over there, you can see, but yeah. Sometimes I just like to take a break from welding. But now, I do believe, let's see. But also, sometimes, I just like to get the welding done. So let's get this off of here. Take a look at it over here. Okay. So I think, I'm not worried about blasting it. The proper way, 100%, I'm not going to lie to you guys, would be to blast it. But, it's just the back part that goes in across the back where your rear seat goes. So you know what? Screw it. Let's wire wheel it. Not even going to hit it with a sander. Just going to wire wheel it, knock off the scaly crap, top out the areas there that are unlevel, get them straightened up with a pair of duckbill pliers probably, and call it a day. Start welding that in. Well, not call it a day in the car, but put that in. Once you get that in place, then I believe our poor 15. Whoop! God, I can never. Yeah, it's almost dry in there. And then we can do some seam sealing along here, and seam sealing back in there maybe before we go in tonight. I'm happy with that. May not seem a lot to you guys, but I'm going to tell you is every little thing needs to be done. Sometimes this kind of crap, the tedious, stupidest thing that you avoid and avoid and avoid, let's face it, it has to be done. It's not much progress to maybe you guys watching, but someone who's building a car, they know it's progress and it has to be done. And I know you guys know. So hey, we're going to get on to some more. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to ask questions. I can't answer all your questions. I try and write back to a lot of you guys. I miss some of you guys. I know that 100%. I admit that. It's hard to stay on the channel and catch up with every comment that's out there just because of work during the day. But I'll do my best to answer what I can for you. So, and remember, I'm not the guy that's going to give you all the right answers or all the correct answers or even know the answer. I'm just a guy that's been playing with cars since I was a little toddler. I've never stopped, and I learn as I go. That's it. I just learn as I go. Every day's a learning experience for me. And I'm not the guy that knows it all. I'm just the guy that comes out and has fun and tries to learn and tries to pass on what I've learned to someone else. So that's it. Let's see here. See the old spot welds where it was. Not quite. There. Oh. Come on, baby. Whoops. There we go. Yeah. There's some massage in there. There it goes. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. So basically I can see where I drilled all those spot welds, I can see the old marks. And I'm just clamping it where the old marks were, and that tells me it's in place. It's going to have to be hammered a bit. You can see it's a little bit twisted here and there from it coming off. But once it gets spot welded here and down here, you can hammer and straighten that stuff out. And remember, it doesn't have to be 100% perfectly straight here. You got a seat going over top of it. You got your, it ain't going to matter. Just trust me. If you're building this for a customer, maybe a nice show car, and the guy was like, hey, I want that looking good, well then you would take the time and straighten it. Those are the guys that come in and they look at the car while the seats and everything are out, and they want all this painted body color. They want the floors painted body color. They want stuff that isn't seen in the end to be done perfect. And to me, that's okay, because I'm making money off those guys that want to do that. But honestly, it's a waste of time. Sorry if I hurt someone's feelings. I mean, I agree, weld it, get it solid, do it proper, but you know, if this thing's got a little wrinkle in the end of it, well, what does it matter? But some people, me saying that right now really upsets them. So anyway, it is what it is. Let's start welding. Beautiful. Got our plug welds back, and like I say, you saw me there, just hammering down the edges after. Get your plug welds in, hammer it down, everything you can see where it went. So away we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think we need to open the door to get some of the smell out of the shop. Oh boy. Oh, time to give the knees a break. Anyway, all I'm doing, so this is what the plug welds look like. I'm just knocking the high spots off them. I'm not knocking them right down because it's covered up. I'm not going to sit here to grind them all down, make them all flush, make them look like they're not there so you can't see them. I don't care, see? Just, you know, I can run my hand across it. I'm not going to get bit like I am on some of these ones. Like that one's got a little sharp tag. That one's okay. I'll just keep doing this until you see me bleed out here. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Not getting too fussy. That's in there. Whole bloody car's moving. That's it. Whoa, even the door closed. So finished tidying these up. And then I think we'll blow the whole car out inside. And we'll do some seam sealing where we have to. Perfect. Okay, so what did we get done today? We finished up the welding on the floor. We seam sealed all of it where it needs to be seam sealed. We got our back, whatever you want to call it, brace in behind our rear seat. We finished that off, got that welded in. And we started sanding the firewall. My next step was to move on to the trunk latch that we got. Let's take a look at that and see what it's all about. That was a keyword was the next step. Yeah. There we go. Trunk lid kit. Everything's taped up. Let's go in the shop where we can find a razor blade. Whoa! Whoa! Shit's falling. Okay. Okay, let's go. Excuse me, guys. Let's see what it's all about. There's our new piece. It goes in the trunk. Nice. That goes up on a trunk lid. Nice. And another piece. It's going to latch on. It's going to go on the floor. Real nice. I think they'd be nice and send you some bolts, but that'd be too difficult. Anyway, now we're going to take all that and put it back in there. That's what that's about. So we don't lose it. So we're going to do that, but what's happening is the wife says to me, I'd like to come out and have a beer with you in the shop bar today. Which she doesn't do too often. Maybe once a month. She said, I'd like to come out and have a beer. Bring out old Hank the shop dog. Are you going to work till 5 or do you think you can quit at 4 and have a beer with your wife? And I said, well, hell yeah. I'm going to stop and have a beer with my wife. And Hank, the shop dog. So they'll be out here pretty quick. So I got Hank on the film here. And then we're going to call it a day when my wife and I have a beer because no point filming that. But it was a good day. I'm happy. You know, I think I got lots done. Don't forget I put up the Hires Root Beer sign. Right? So, you know. Few things got done. I'm happy. Every day I'm out here, I get something done. Just remember, guys, there's a lot of guys that write in and they say, oh, you give me motivation to work on my car. You know, just do what you can do. If you can't get 8 hours in a day, like I usually get 8 hours a week on this car, that's it. That's all I get. Sundays, 8 hours. And I think I've come a long ways since last time, you know, since you've seen it. Remember, last year we were on it. But even if you only get 2 hours, you remember 2 hours, 1 hour, half hour, 8 hours, that's all time that you're ahead. That's knocked off the list. You know what I mean? So if you think you got 100 hours in your car, write down the wall 100 hours and just keep checking off the hours. Just keep minusing them as you go and eventually you'll be there. Don't get discouraged. Don't rush to do it. Trust me 100%. The build is probably as much fun as driving it. Maybe not to everyone, you know, but it is fun. And don't ever worry about making it perfect. If you're just learning how to do something, don't listen to the naysayers. Do the best you can do. Give it your all. And you'll learn as you go because, trust me, like I say, I learn every day. And I don't know what else to tell you. I just keep going at it and going at it. And, you know, I watch, I listen to other people, I look at other things, and I get ideas. And then I just take it with a twist and do my own thing. So it's fun. So, yeah. We'll wait on Hank the shop dog. All right, Hank the shop dog has arrived. Here he is. Where you going, buddy? He's having a water. You ready to go into the bar? Let's go in the bar, bud. Come on. Let's go. Hank, let's go. Come on, buddy. Come on. There's my lovely wife. She's already got her beer open. Oh. Zero Corona. Guess what we're drinking today? We have 3 choices. Just like Henry Ford said, you can have any color you want as long as it's black. Or you can have any beer you want as long as it's Old Time Garage Mexican Lager. Uh-oh, and Hank heard the beer open. Come in the bar, buddy. It's beer time. We're coming in here. Hank's got his bottle, his rug. Wife and I got the fireplace going. I got the tunes on. We're gonna watch some American Pickers on the video and have a beer and sit here and stare at my Model A and think what we can do to it next. So with that being said, thanks for subscribing. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the button, it's free. There's tons of cool builds on the way. Thanks for watching. Always good time at all time. Catch you next time.